grand moon day. This is Dee with Divine Needle. It is May the 31st, 2021, 8:02 a.m. There was a delay to me doing this video. It's all about divine timing. I was up early enough to do this video, but I could not speak. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, it's Memorial Day in the U.S. And that's a day when people acknowledge their ancestors and those that exited before them, right? So it's a good day for doing that. But I think every day is a good day for doing that, because some of them actually speak to us, helping guide us and cheering us on, right? Those that aren't stuck in the reincarnation matrix anyway. So today, the energy feels really interesting. Very interesting, actually. So we're going to feel into this energy, figure out what's going on for this moon day for the collective. Sabian Mysteries, a new path of realism and experience. For me, back a couple of Sabian pictures was somebody looking at a book in the dark, trying to find their way in the dark. You know, looking at the road map. And for me, this feels like we're throwing that out the window, because what we're doing now is unprecedented. It's very there's no roadmap for what we're getting ready to do and go through, is how I feel about this. There's no roadmap. Things that have never been done. It's Moon Day, so we're going to look at Kuan Yin. Today is Goddess Day. And it's interesting because the date is 5/31. Reverse the 31, it becomes a 13, number of the goddess. We're getting ready to go into June. By the way, Jupiter will go stationary June 20th and go retrograde the 22nd. So I'm going to do a reading about all those planets in retrograde, because the heavy hitters are retrograde in that time frame. What's very interesting is Mercury will be retrograde during that time frame, but as soon as Jupiter comes out of being stationary into retrograde, Mercury goes out of its retrograde into stationary, like a switch off, a handoff of some sort. We're going to look at that energy in that reading and find out what that means for the collective. Because I know in my gut it means something. Right now the moon's in Aquarius. And as you all know, back in February, I did a reading because they told me they were going to be giving me a date. And when I did that reading, the date came up June 10th, which just so happens to be when the solar eclipse happens. somebody else finally did a reading on that I asked them to do. They finally did it, and they came up with some very similar energy. I'm going to review that reading and mine and see if there's anything additional that I can glean from it. But yeah, we've got some very interesting things coming up. This time frame between that lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse is kind of like a portal gateway energy. And like I said, we're throwing out that map that we were trying to use to find our way because it's not going to do us any good. This is brand new territory. This is kind of fool energy, this Sabian mystery. We don't need no damn map because there's no map that can help us with this. Okay? It's very fascinating how the ETs are suddenly very mainstream in the news, right? The ships being seen. That's been going on for a damn long time, and they're just now getting around to telling you all. You always must ask why. Why would that be? All right. Let's take a look at Moon Day, Goddess Day, May 31st for the collective. What have we got going on for the collective? What does this energy hold for the collective? Two. First one. Empress of the Pearl. You have an inner gift of great value born of struggle, adversity, and challenge. In wisdom, you know that suffering can lead to growth, provided you are willing to search for a way to heal through it. Seeing challenges as ways to expand your spiritual light empowers you to focus on your growing light rather than getting caught up in suffering. So, that adversity that everyone has faced in their lifetime is major growth. So, those of you that have gone through a lot, there's a lot of wisdom going on inside of most of you that actually learned something of value from it. Beautiful card. Divine connection. The inspired, intuitive messages you have been receiving, which are unconditionally loving, fearless, and encouraging of you to grow and be your true self, are from your higher guidance. Beings of divine light are guiding you with messages of unconditional love. It is safe to trust in your growing divine connection and inner knowing. Doing so will bring you great joy. So, trusting your connection. It's easy sometimes to doubt those connections. especially when you're an air realm such as myself. Focus camera. It doesn't want to. Anyway, when you spend a great deal of time in your head, you ponder, are the ones that you're communicating with positive or negative? But they're trying to tell you to trust in your divine connection. Wise advice for all of us. Now let's see what Osho Zen has for this Monday. Throwing away the roadmap. Uncharted territory. All right. Osho Zen for Monday. Laziness. It is a Memorial Day. And in the US, there's a lot of this going on. Kicking back under the sun, having a drink, and just kind of chillaxing, right? Now, I know the card says laziness, but I don't think it's so much. I think they're wanting everybody to take that mental break and just be, right? It's interesting because his red slippers are really sticking out to me. Really sticking out. Why are the red slippers sticking out? It feels very Wizard of Oz to me. That sticking out like that. And this is Dorothy following the yellow brick road over here. Yep. We have on our magic ruby slippers. And it's interesting because the shattered glass here feels like we've shattered through a glass ceiling of some sort. And now we're off on this new adventure. But before we take off down that road, a bit of deep breathing, perhaps. All right, let's see what else the cards have to tell us for Monday. Overall energy for the collective. Overall energy for the collective. Nice. That's really good energy right there. What's the highest priority for the collective this Monday? The energy, highest priority for the collective. Highest priority. Your dreams. Kicking back and dreaming. And what do you need to be mindful of and or prepare for the collective, please? What do they need to be mindful of and or prepare for? All right. Underlying the conservator, holding back energy, withholding energy. And let's do a sneak peek. The erudite. Card of Virgo. The deep diver card. And the captor. Feeling bound by the threads of fate. And the nocturne. And a tower. The nocturne, that card describes literally working at night to me. Something at night. Withholding energy, holding back. The conservator, Four of Orbs. The conservator is the maintenance work, investments, and natural resources needed to reign, rule, and order. This is a spirit presented in your path when you are demonstrating an inordinate attachment to the material. This is earthly power you are clinging to desperately at the expense of greater spiritual realization. The conservator is both the spirit of that which is empirical and orderly, efficient and pragmatic, and also that which is self-serving, covetous, and parsimonious. Holding back. Perhaps holding back, doing the deep dive that we need to do, or conserving our energy so that we can do this deep dive, kicking back, right? Overall energy today is 19, the Warriors, Master of the Mystic Light. That is the Sun card. The Sun of the Magi signifies competence and reciprocity. Here we see your consciousness expanding. The Master of the Mystic Light appears to you when you are on the verge of confronting potential with reason and truth, through which you shall create goodness. Goodness is creation with purpose arrived at through reason and truth. Here is victory in the battles you fought for your own independence. You've broken all chains. You've detached yourself from that which had tried to control your will. And now your light shines freely out into the world. The warrior is also the spirit of fighting to protect others, fighting in service. This is success and glory you achieve not for yourself, but so you can be in the empowered position to help others thrive and grow. This is the spirit of heroic acts. Inscribed upon the warrior's gloves, Liberatus profundunt omnia luce. Freedom floods all things with light. And luceat lux vestra. Let your light shine. You are now liberated and triumphant. Our highest priority is the corruptor, Seven of Chalices. Interesting, because this can be about dreams, daydreams, illusions, many things. But to me, it feels like because this is the highest priority, it's pointing out these things, these poisons around, illuminating them. Seven of Chalices. Do remember these readings can always flux a couple of days before or after the reading. So some of you, this has already occurred, and some of you, this is going to occur. The corruptor is the master of sophistry. Superficially, your current reasoning seems plausible, but it's fallacious. The corruptor is a spirit who appears to you now as a threshold guardian, cautioning you to redirect yourself. The corruptor personifies the pursuit of wisdom that derails into folly, wealth that leads to poverty, the sowing of seeds that becomes desolation, seeking dominance but finding subjugation. It is peace that becomes war, or well-intentioned grace that becomes ugliness. The corruptor is illusionary success and wishful thinking. You're dreaming big but acting small. We see the allegory of the seven sins. The pig is gluttony, the snake for envy, peacock for pride, snail for sloth, lion for wrath, toad for avarice, and the goat for lust. The symbology here is taken from the 18th century Tableau de Francis Marie Blanant. Do not act on impulse. When the corruptor appears to you, rethink the idea you've been contemplating. It may not be prudent. Also, pay closer scrutiny to your environment. There are poisons around, and that's your highest priority. The Seven of Chalices is falsehood appearing as truth. This spirit appearing to you is a warning that misleading perceptions abound. So your highest priority is figuring out what the corruption around you is and illuminating it. That's your highest priority. And what to be mindful of, prepare for, stronghold of the Grail, herald of the purifying. This is a messenger of communication, love. It is the chalices. The stronghold of the Grail comes bearing an important message to you or an opportunity about matters relating to love, relationships, domestic affairs, or your spiritual path. The Page of Chalices is the stronghold here to help you become better attuned to your emotions, helping you in pursuit of true happiness. She appears to you when you need further guidance on your path to finding your personal Holy Grail. The presence of the stronghold of the Grail can also be an emissary sent by a lunar deity, divinity of waters, of medicine, or a pantheon from the northern hemisphere. This particular messenger card can also be apologies coming in. The messengers can be children. So there could be something that you need to enlighten surrounding your children, something that's either around them that's not good, or some of the energies carried of the corruptor may be something that they're doing that you need to point out. That's on the microcosm. This holding back energy could be a Virgo for some of you, but this child. But or it could be a water sign: Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. And it could quite literally be a sun for some of you. Not joking. That's on the microcosm. On the macrocosm, this feels more like the energy of exposing the corruption going on and getting some sort of incoming message or offer based on that exposure. Anyway, that's on the macrocosm, more or less. All right, let's see what they have going out for us from Osho Zen, taking us out on this reading. Playfulness. Yep. So kicking back, try to enjoy yourselves. Wrap yourself with the energy of the stars. This is very much the Fool card energy as well. We don't have a roadmap for where we're getting ready to go. Beyond illusion. This is the illusion. But dreaming big and acting small. Our highest priority, you guys need to be dreaming really big. I don't care how fantastical, as long as it's amazing and good for the benefit of all the souls on the holodeck, right? Anyway, I do hope you have a grand day. And I'm not really picking up so much from this reading as far as anything beyond the ordinary. Although nothing is ordinary here, is it? Anyway, have a grand moon day. See you tomorrow.